Good evening, I'm Bianca Ray. It's 11 o'clock. Time for news.
You're watching KESQ, the desert's news leader, live in high definition. This is News Channel 3 at 11.
Thanks for being here tonight. Another day of triple-digit heat in the desert, breaking some records in some parts of the valley. In Indio, the sun beat down on festival goers on the final day of Stagecoach. We saw many stocking up on ice and water and even waiting until later in the evening to head out to the Country Music Festival. More than 55,000 people were expected to attend the three-day event at the Empire Polo Grounds. Once inside, there were a lot of shaded areas and even a tent with air conditioning. Here's how some people say they made it through the day.
Frozen lemonade after frozen lemonade after frozen lemonade. So
anything else?
Water and I don't know, just lots of cold and shade.
We were told that there were some heat-related issues, and Indio police say today 32 people were arrested for alcohol-related offenses. Well, we've had our first taste of some scorchers. Let's check in with meteorologist Rob Bradley. Rob, it's already feeling like summer around here.
Yeah, you bet. You know, a lot of people have been saying, it's kind of hot for this time of the year. And it is, because we did break records today, but triple digits are not out of the question. I know we looked at this yesterday, but conversation continues. So we're looking at it again. Long-term average, April 26th, the first day we're hitting triple digits. Last 30 years, April 20th. So we're actually about a week late. So don't let anybody tell you this isn't the right time of year for it. It is. The last couple of years have been all over the place. We've seen it as early as March, as late as May 20th. So we're right on time. We're right on schedule. And today's high is getting up there. 107 in thermal, broke the old record of 103 set back in 2007. Palm Springs tied the record at 106. 29 Palms up to 97 degrees today. Imperial up to 104. The coast still in the 60s. Record heat will continue, or at least close to it, as we start the week on Monday. Gusty winds will start picking up as we head to your work week as well. Now we're going to see a cooling trend, cooling in parentheses for a reason. I'll let you know all about it coming up in your full forecast. Back to you.
That's a relative cooling, I take it. Thanks, Rob. After winning a congressional seat, Coachella Valley Democrats now have their sights set on the Riverside County Commission. State Assemblyman Manuel Perez says he wants to be the first Democrat to serve as a Riverside County supervisor. He announced his candidacy for Board of Supervisors District 4 today at a Democratic luncheon. Now, that seat has been held by the Republican Party for years, but Valley Democrats say demographics are changing, and so should the representation.
Well, there's more work to be done, and we'll be unfolding all that as we move forward. At the minimum, I want to make sure that the Salton Sea, by the time I leave the State Assembly, that we actually move in a direction where all layers of government are on one page, that we are coordinating with one another.
The seat is currently being held by Supervisor John Benoit, who has not yet announced his intentions for re-election. Fire investigators are looking into what started a fire in a dumpster that damaged an Indio furniture store. It happened around 2:30 today on Miles Avenue near Indio Boulevard. CAL FIRE says two dumpsters caught fire behind Casa del Sol furniture. Now, those flames then spread to the building's storage room. Firefighters contained the blaze in about 20 minutes, and the fire caused an estimated $10,000 in damage. Well, a major manhunt is underway tonight for the killer of an 8-year-old child in Northern California. Police say the suspect is considered armed and dangerous, and neighbors need to lock their doors. As Lee Painter reports, news of the murder so close to home has people in the area, as you can imagine, on edge.
A short stretch of Ripon Road, apparently near the home where the 9-year-old girl was killed, is where sheriff deputies concentrated their investigation Sunday. The surrounding access points leading into Ripon Road were all blocked off by deputies, limiting entrance only to locals.
We're friends with the girl who got harmed. We're friends with her older sister, and nice family. You wouldn't expect something like this to happen to them.
Saturday night, deputies say the 12-year-old boy who witnessed the intruder enter his house told them the suspect was an older white or Hispanic man in a dark shirt. After he called his parents for help, the boy found his sister severely injured and the intruder running off on foot. The little girl later died at the hospital. This morning, a few neighbors ventured outside to give water and snacks to deputies who have been searching for the suspect all night.
Yeah, they had the helicopters going over our house last night with the infrared. Going over the house last night.
They say the neighborhood has its own neighborhood watch group, and no one recalls seeing a stranger come through in recent days. But they say the neighborhood contains many foreclosed houses, and they suspect deputies are checking each one.
There are a lot of empty homes and outbuildings around here. There's a lot of huge rock croppings where somebody can hide in.
In a local diner, we found celebrity bounty hunter Leonard Padilla conducting his own investigation. He says he suspects deputies have another reason to keep the search site so close to the crime scene.
This is a strange, all Anglo area for a Mexican to be wandering around on foot. I don't see anybody getting out of here there.
Padilla and neighbors say there are few places to go within the small towns where everyone knows everyone, especially now that the whole town is on alert.
That was Lee Painter reporting. The circumstances around Michael Jackson's last days are heading to court once again. The wrongful death lawsuit his family filed against concert promoter AEG Live starts tomorrow in Los Angeles. Jurors will be hearing what's likely to be months of testimony. Now they're to decide whether AEG Live owes the Jackson family billions of dollars for the pop star's 2009 death. Now the main issue is whether the company hired or supervised Dr. Conrad Murray, who, as we know, convicted of involuntary manslaughter. Jackson died from a combination of sedatives and the surgical anesthetic Murray said he used to help the entertainer sleep. AEG Live was promoting Jackson's comeback concerts the year he died. The Jacksons say company executives pressured him and Murray to meet a very ambitious schedule despite knowing about Jackson's health issues. AEG's lawyers say Jackson was responsible, however, for his own demise and that his drug addiction led to a series of fatal choices. Now to the latest in the Boston Marathon bombing investigation, where lawmakers are now questioning whether the two suspects involved received training. U.S. officials say there is no evidence to date of a wider plot, but lawmakers believe they may have received some kind of outside help.
The experts all agree that there is someone who did train these two individuals. The question is, is that trainer or trainers? Are they overseas in the Chechen region, or are they in the United States?
Meanwhile, the mother of the remaining suspect, 19-year-old Jahar Tsarnaev, is drawing increased attention from U.S. officials. They say Russian officials intercepted her phone calls, including one in which she vaguely discussed jihad with her son in 2011.
I believe she is a person of interest, if not a subject. I do believe if she comes into the United States that she will be detained for questioning. So I think there is a connection there.
The father of the suspects was planning a trip to the U.S., but now says it's postponed because of poor health. The fugitive owner of a building that collapsed in Bangladesh, killing more than 375 people, is now behind bars. Authorities arrested the man today as he was trying to flee to India. Officials say the building had major cracks and ordered for it to be evacuated. However, the owner ignored that warning. He now faces charges of negligence. News of the man's arrest drew cheers from rescue crews at the disaster site as they continue to search for more survivors. Now, meanwhile, officials say workers accidentally started a fire by using a torch to cut through a steel rod to rescue a trapped woman. 3 workers were injured. New York City is continuing its campaign to deter teens from smoking. Next on News Channel 3, the latest proposal by city leaders that would give New York stricter limits on tobacco. Plus, a taxi cab owner turning to fast food to help fuel his fleet. How he's planning on making his company environmentally friendly. You're watching KESQ, the Desert's news leader. New York could be raising the age to buy cigarettes from 18 to 21. City officials unveiled the measure that would give New York the strictest limits on tobacco of any major American city. Now, the proposal, however, doesn't prohibit people under 21 from possessing or even smoking cigarettes. The measure is the latest effort in persistent campaigns to cure smoking that began soon after Mayor Michael Bloomberg took office. Bans on smoking in restaurants and bars expanded more recently to parks, beaches, plazas, and other public places. A taxi cab company in Boise, Idaho is turning to French fries for fuel. The company, it's called Recab, it's using older Mercedes-Benz models and converting them to run on biodiesel. A fast food joint in the area uses about 300 gallons of oil a month and donates it to Recab in exchange for advertising on their cars. One of the owners came up with the concept from his love of older cars and, of course, the environment.
You know, whenever I realize these cars are as reliable as they are and they could be used in such an eco-friendly way, that's what spawned the whole concept.
The owners say in just 1 year, their cab can put out 30,000 less tons of carbon dioxide than a normal cab running the same amount of time. The cars are expected to hit the streets next month. And in Georgia, a Wilcox County high school had their very first integrated prom this weekend. Previously, black students and white students went to separate dances. These were considered private events organized by parents and students.
I really think everybody has something to do with this. Even the people standing around the parking lots who aren't really attending the prom. I just think everyone just has their input in it. They all came here to support us.
The turnout is freaking phenomenal. So unbelievable, you know. It's not, I just feel like it's not even really happening.
Again, school officials stressed these segregated proms were not organized by the school. Up next here on News Channel 3, Rob Bradley's in with a look at your full forecast. He joins us now with a preview.
Triple digits continue as we head into the work week. 103 on Monday, but then we're dropping right back down to the mid-90s by Tuesday. All the rest of your forecasts after the break. And remember, you can get your weather online anytime on KESQ.com.
It's been a weekend of wicked wet weather in parts of the country. Wind, rain, hail, and flash flooding from North Dakota to Texas to Tennessee and across the South. Larry Jacobs reports.
Starting to feel a little bit more like summer.
It's crazy how the 90s looks cooler to us right now, you know.
We're going to be begging for those mid-90s, you know, like a month or two.
I know. All right, thanks, Rob.
You got it.
Coming up in sports, the Lakers facing elimination tonight. Chris Alvarez has highlights and reaction ahead. Plus, find out why the Dodgers were celebrating a birthday 100 years in the making. You're watching KESQ, the Desert's news leader. All right, take a look at this. It's time for the big reveal. Crews at Cape Canaveral are unwrapping the Space Shuttle Atlantis. It's the first time the spaceship has been uncovered since November. Peeling away the 16,000 square feet for plastic shrink wrap is a 2-day process. Atlantis will be now part of a visitor attraction set to open up in June.
It's cool.
You guys can go in June then.
Yeah. Put my vacation time right now.
You may not want to go to Cape Canaveral in June. Although it's warmer here. It is warmer here, so
just go ahead.
You know, we'll go in the fall. I'll take you there.
All right, take me in the fall. We'll go in the fall.
Plan. Time now for a final check of our weather.
It's still going to be warm here. Triple digits on Monday. We're cooling down to the mid-90s by the middle of the week. Gusty winds Tuesday night. Heat returns for the weekend.
That's it for us tonight. We'll be back for News Channel 3 in the morning. Good night, everyone.